Okay, as you can tell, I have finished the book The Secret, which was my first book of the 75 Hard. Very good book. Really opens your mind towards just manifesting for stuff and what it can do for you, and like actually genuinely believing in what you're manifesting for, you know. Very good book, very good book. This book that I've started now, The Power of Now, this is the second book I'm reading on 75 Hard. This one is deep, like some really long words. Like, I'm not a big reader, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just telling you what it's like. The depth in which it goes into your thought process and why you think the way that you think and how to go around it is just, oh, bro, I have to actually mentally prepare myself for this one. And I read it in the afternoon today. It's like afternoon time now. But I normally read it first thing in the morning just to like get me in gear and get me in the right place. But it feels weird reading it now. It's a bit deep for midday, to be honest. But yeah, nevertheless, I'm going to get through this 100%. And one that I've been recommended by my boy Josh. Shout out Joshua365. We are locked in, twin. He recommended a book called The War of Art. And I really want to read that one. It sounds like it could be something that could really help me out right now with just like having a bit of creative block and sort of like trying to be an artist and a creative, and some of the struggles that you might face with that, you know. But yeah, enjoying it regardless. So yeah, just linked up with my boy Gratch.
Look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy, man. Excuse me, could you step away from my car, please? What are you telling me?
I'm ready.
Ready to do what?
First day.
Yeah, come
new
on.
Beginnings. None of the same mistakes as before, eh?
Fucking tell him, it's been a hell of a journey to get to this point, I tell you.
My guy Gratch is my business partner in the clothing brand that we're doing. And obviously I know you guys have seen... I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a baby bear crying next door. Me and my boy Gratch are running the clothing brand together that I've been trying to get up and running for a while now. Yeah, it hasn't been easy. We've faced a lot of roadblocks. I know I touched on this briefly in my last video. Getting it off the floor, it's been so hard. We chose one name and that name had already been copyrighted, already been a thing, and we didn't want to run into any problems down the road. Then we chose another name, but it didn't feel like the one, and we was like starting to like get to that point where we had to start designing and it just didn't feel right. And then finally we have actually come together to get a name that we both like. We both feel like it represents what we're trying to do. We're both in line with it. It looks well on design. We've got the handle for Instagram, got the domain. We are Gucci, but I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, but you will be seeing it and samples for that very soon. So yeah, I'm gassed about that, and I can't wait to bring you guys, just like show you guys my creative side when it comes to fashion, because fashion's been a huge part of my life. Like, I love fashion, like even from when I worked in fashion, when I was working with Genius, even through like secondary school, just like getting into streetwear and getting into, you know, Supreme, and looking at how A$AP Rocky used to dress and take massive inspiration from that and just dress myself. And then, you know, I used to get called weird at school for the way I dressed, but I didn't care because it made me feel so cool. Like, I feel like that is the power of fashion and what it can do for you. But moving on, the reason for today's video is we are actually doing a Q&A today. I put it on my Instagram and my TikTok. Ask me any questions that you guys want to know about me, life, 75 Hard, everything going on right now, and I'll deep dive into them, you know. Before I do, let me just give you guys a little update on how 75 Hard's been going. With the 75 Hard, I'm actually about to round up week 2 and 3 because I didn't do a video last week, even though I was meant to. Apologies, guys. In the second week, I actually shaved a whole minute off my 5K time. I did the 5K in the first week and I got 21 minutes 48, I think. And then my 5K time the week just been 20 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, super gas with that. That's like shaving a whole minute off your 5K time in the space of a week. It just shows how much your cardio is improving. Like, bro, in a week, that's crazy, with no rest days either. Like, that's just me going after it every day, getting after it every day. So I was really happy with that. And just like how I've been feeling in my weight sessions is crazy, bro. Like, I'll get to the end of a set and I feel like I've just got so much more gas like in the tank, and I've been getting, my lifts have been improving massively. Like, I'm in a slight deficit at the minute with my calories because I'm still trying to get ripped like whilst doing this 75. 5. I also run the longest distance I've run so far. I run 10K with my boy Ryan.
You thought, bitch, if you the top floor, boss gotta take gloss, bitch. Balenciaga clothes, I used to shop Ross, bitch. Spaghetti in my upside down cross, bitch. My glass came.
My boy.
Oh, I'm feeling good. Let's go again.
Let's go again.
Do
We ain't
another
scared.
10.
We ain't scared, boy.
And then let's do another 10.
And then another 10.
Another 10.
And another
10.
10.
10s all day, baby.
How did I do? First 10.
Nah, amazing. You hung in there with me. It got a little bit squirrely coming up and down some of the straights, but he hung in there with me.
Bro,
still.
my competitive mind is like, I can't let him just breeze off. I have to keep up with him. Like,
no way.
it's crazy, bro.
And it does you all the better running with someone and trying to stay with them. It's the best thing.
Yeah, 100. That improves me.
Yes.
Because I would have just slapped off if it weren't for you, innit?
Though. You
Come
was
on,
there
fam.
with me, bro. I
can't believe
I could feel you there.
And yeah, I've also incorporated some yoga on Sundays. So the first week, I actually done a little bit of yoga just on my own. I got it up on YouTube. Week just been. The second week, I done some yoga with my boy Jaden up London. We're in London, baby. With JB Ski. Say what, go on.
What are you telling me, fuel gang?
Just gonna hit this yoga up this morning. Never done a yoga class before, but the one I did on YouTube was a lot more like chill. I felt relaxed while doing it, but the second one I done up London was more like quite intense, like changing position a lot. Like, it was actually pretty difficult, to be honest. I didn't enjoy that one as much. If I'm gonna do yoga again, I prefer the sessions that are a lot more chilled out and about relaxing, you know what I'm saying? But let me get into this Q&A, bro. Into the questions, finally. What is your main motivation point when keeping the consistency in everything? I don't even think that like it's a level of motivation, more so a point of one, proving to myself what I'm capable of. Like, it's like a need. It doesn't feel like I need to be motivated to do that. It's like a need. Like I have to do that. Like I want to do that. And proving myself to the world. Like I know that you shouldn't really care too much about what other people think of you, but I have always had this like underlying feeling that like people don't think I'm capable of much. I guess it's a positive and a negative, because can sometimes probably have a negative effect on my mindset, or like I could have a bit more of an aggressive thought towards something rather than like a happy thought towards it. Yeah, it makes me feel like I have to prove myself, and like as much as that shouldn't be the case, it does push me to go hard every day with gym, with life in general. Since I quit my work in fashion, like a year and a bit ago, my life has been so dialed in, like literally just like working out, getting the content out, working hard on my business, like my online coaching business. Obviously I had the massive bodybuilding show, and that isn't just from motivation, it's just what I know what I need to do. Like I feel like you need to figure out in life your strengths and your weaknesses. I know what my strengths are. I know I'm quite funny. I know I'm quite energetic. I know I'm quite entertaining. I know that I have really good physique. I know I have good genetics. I know I can be in front of camera and not feel shy. Like, so I just that's my motivation. I'm just doing what I enjoy and what I know I'm good at. And yeah, gym and content and stuff comes in handy, you know. Like I just know how to do that stuff. So that's what I'd say. Second question: what is your thoughts on high carb versus low carb diet at the same calories? Through your life, you would have been eating a split or a ratio of fats and carbs throughout your life. Like everyone's different. Like some like mums and dads bring their kids up on quite low carb diets, you know, like running off more like things like nuts and Greek yogurt and eggs. And whereas like me, I've always been a carb heavy person. So like when I was growing up, it was always pastas and rices and potatoes and all that sort of stuff with my dishes. So I've always been climatized to taking a lot of carbs, but everyone's different. You know, like I have clients that prefer a protein and fats high diet and then a low carb diet. I have some clients that prefer the high carb diet. So it's down to you and your body's used to digesting into energy, because carbs and fats just both turn into energy. So it's essentially carbs turn into energy quick and fats turn into energy slower. But if your body's used to breaking down fats and using that as the energy, then I'd say that's better for you to do at the same calories. That was a bit of a technical question, that one. Had to get in my scientific bag. What advice would you give to your past self about your first heartbreak? This is what we came for. These are the type of questions I love answering. I love giving you guys like life advice and just sort of like from my perspective. Because bro, I'm 27 years old now. Like I've actually lived that teenage phase and that young 20-year-old phase that like a lot of you guys are going through now. Happy to answer that one. I think when you go through your first heartbreak, right, it genuinely feels like the end of the world. Like it genuinely feels like there is nothing worth doing. I can't lie. When I think of the phrase "use it as fuel," it massively derives from that situation. Like you got to turn any sort of like negative against you, or anyone that doubts you, or anyone that doesn't see your worth, and use that energy, that is bad energy inflicted on you, and turn it into good energy for yourself. Like just use that, what they've impacted on you, as an investment and just go crazy. Like use that energy to fuel you to do the most amazing, unbelievable things in life. That is like my whole mantra. And just view sight on life, because people are going to hate. People ain't going to see your worth. People aren't going to be aligned with what you're trying to achieve. People aren't going to support you, and they're probably going to doubt you, but it's actually a positive thing. Like use that to become who you want to become. In terms of advice for dealing with your first heartbreak, surround yourself with friends. Have a support system for sure. Like I have this one friend, shout out H, like Harrison. That's my best friend, like from we was kids. Like the amount of times I have to lean on him emotionally is crazy. Like whenever I'm mad upset about something, I'll always reach out to him, and he is my support system and who I lean on in times of being really emotionally hurt. Because you know, like there's a lot of guys out there that won't act like they're dealing with things like heartbreak and that, but I know that they are. We're all human. And I'd say lean on your people, keep yourself busy. It's the best time to go start smashing the hell out of gym and taking your goals more seriously. Plan more goals, like plan stuff like what do you want to achieve now that you've got the baggage off of your life of having to deal with someone like intimately and give your time to them. What do you actually want to do with yourself? What do you actually want to do with your time? Get busy towards your goals, innit? That's what I'd say. I hope that helped. Another question. Have you ever thought about doing calisthenics? I actually genuinely think that calisthenic athletes have the best physiques. Like I feel like their physiques, like gymnastics physiques, they have the craziest physiques, bro. Like, and it's mad to think that like 90% of that has come from just lifting their own body weight. You know, like when you see the backy pose and things like that, just people smashing mad muscle ups. I think that stuff is so impressive, man. Like being able to control your own body weight, way cooler than being able to just throw loads of big weights around. So yeah, definitely thought about it. Definitely will be looking more into it. Would you ever do a bodybuilding show again? Honestly, no. Like 100% no. I think first one I did taught me a lot in terms of just like keeping your expectations low and just doing things through the process of it, because obviously that one I thought that I won and I finished 4th place. So, you know, that was incredibly weird and hard to deal with. And then the second one I won and it was the best feeling in the world, but in the process, I broke up with my girlfriend, diminished relationships with my family, my friends. Well, not like diminished relationships with my family and friends. Like, I didn't fall out with anyone, but I did, like, distance myself from those people. And, like, you have to put yourself into such a hole, like, socially. And although I really enjoy being locked in and, like, loving, you know, the gym and just really focusing on myself, like that takes it to a new extreme where it's just like, this isn't fun. Yeah, like the implications it had on my life leading after that, I have great faith in that God like done that for a reason. Whatever happened in that phase was meant to happen. But yeah, it was incredibly painful, bro. Like I think the effect it had on my life post show, even down to my physique, like I've crashed so hard off that diet. Like you're eating actual nothing every day for days on days and days, and then you're so hungry, and then it's like letting a dog out of a cage, like able to eat whatever you want. So I'm dealing with a breakup. I'm like not fat, but you know, I'm in the worst shape I've ever been in. I'm going on all these holidays, and then all of a sudden like 2 months has gone by and I'm just I was in a hole, bro. I wasn't happy. So in answer to would I do another bodybuilding show again, probably not, bro. I'm being dead real. I can't imagine that I would anytime soon. But I do love the style of training. It will always be part of my routine, going to the gym and training towards hypertrophy, getting big and keeping myself in aesthetic shape. So yeah. Next question. What was your job before being a gym influencer? I feel like I've done every job in the world. Like, it's actually mad. I've done so many different jobs leading up to this point. Job number 1, I come out of school and I was a football coach from at like 17. I got kicked out of school for fighting. I mouthed off to a teacher as well, like, and then they was like, nah, final straw, you're out. Coming into school after hours, so I got the qualification, but it didn't mean nothing. I didn't ever have a job in my life where I needed that BTEC, I don't think. Did football coaching when I come out of school for Chelsea. They've got like a foundation level, so like they're going to after school clubs, summer clubs, things like that. That was actually quite enjoyable because I love football. And then after that I started working up the city doing like sales. Then after that I went into construction, was doing like labouring work, just earning enough money so I could go out with my friends and go on holidays with my friends, that sort of stuff, really having no direction as to what I wanted to do in life. Done a bit of recruitment. I went back up the city, I was doing recruitment. Wasn't for me at all. Like, that was when I really noticed like how bad my ADHD is, and sort of like being in an office situation is just not for me. Then went into scaffolding after all of this for like a few years. Like, that was where I realised like I am meant for more than this. Waking up every morning, loading lorries up with like metal tubes at like 6 in the morning, waking up at 5 in the morning, absolutely running myself into the ground physically, still going gym after work every day. Like, I was just in such a rut. It was just earning me enough money so that I could go out on the weekends with my friends and just get pissed up and just not even care about anything or have any clue about what's going on with my life or direction. And yeah, that was honestly like the biggest motivational part of my life, where I had to just drag myself up and say like, what do you actually want to do? I think that's when I first started looking at fitness influencers, saying I could do that. I'm in good enough shape, I have got enough character, I know that I could do that. And then I started telling like people I was working with, like, bro, I'm gonna be an online coach, I'm gonna do social media, blah 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 blah. And like, people used to laugh at me that I used to work with, all just skagheads, bro. Like, they just love weed, love sniffing, love like drinking, all on the job and that. It was crazy, bro. Like, honestly, the people you work with, I feel like, is probably the hardest part of scaffolding, because you work with wrong uns. Like, it's crazy, bro. Crazy. But yeah, managed to get through that. And a couple Christmases ago, one of my best friends, Jaden, he introduced me to the guy he was working for in fashion, called Dagye. Dagye's huge, like sort of like on Instagram, and his brands and everything he's built for himself. So some of you guys might know who that is. And yeah, we was working for him for a brand called Genius. And this is where like I started following more of my passions and things I was passionate about. Because as I said before, I've always been passionate about fashion. That stage was sick. Like, we was just working for the brand, like trying to make the brand as good as possible. Like, I was working more like manufacture side of things. So like, I'd make it was called Genius Bar Atelier, and like we'd just make custom jeans for people. So like, I was like help making the jeans, putting the orders through, bringing all the jeans up to the studio where we'd sell them to people. We'd get loads of celebrities in, and this is when I started thinking, this is actually quite sick. I had some rough days doing that job too. That was what I first had a taste of doing something that I actually half enjoyed. But yeah, like, even in the 6 months that I'd done that, leading up to about just over a year ago, that's when I realised like I'm gonna jump into this fitness thing full time. I'm gonna go get a job as a PT, and then in my hours that I'm not PTing, I'm gonna just be posting on social media. And then fast forward a year and a bit, and here we are now. 100,000 followers on TikTok, and trying to build my Insta up now, my YouTube as well. Gassed. That's actually pretty sick, isn't it? Happy to be here. So dissatisfied with where I'm at though. Like, I know I could be doing more. I don't actually want to be an online coach forever, like what I'm doing now, alongside the content that I do. Like, I want to just run my clothing brand full time, simultaneously do content as well. That would be the dream. So, and hopefully I can achieve that in the next like year or two, God willing. Know what I mean? That was a long answer, that one. That was crazy. Next question. How big do you think you can get and still look good in clothes? That's a fucking great question. You know what? I'd say I'm pretty borderline, especially when I'm bulky, bro. Like, when I'm bulky, I actually start to think you don't actually look that good in clothes anymore. But yeah, I'd say when I'm lean, like, you could probably be bigger than me and lean and still look good. If you're a bigger guy, I'd always say depend on baggier silhouettes, you know, like things like open hem joggers, like even baggy hoodies like this, and just always go for stuff that falls off you a bit. I think those guys that dress to show off their muscles, like in tight stuff and they're already huge, that is possibly the worst look ever. Like, that look right there is just not it, bro. Next question. If you could find out any statistic ever about yourself, what would it be? That is a fucking mad question. That is such a good question. Shout out Benjamin on that one. I haven't been saying the names of who's asked, but Benjamin, that's a great question, bro. I would love to know how many games I've been beat at FIFA and how many games I've beat people at FIFA. That was a really random one that just popped into my head, but I would love to know that. Or just like, oh, you know what would be a good one? Like, oh, it's not really a statistic because you wouldn't know who they are, I guess, but like how many girls have found you attractive that you didn't know about? That would be mad. Like, you know them girls that you're looking at, you're thinking, yeah, she's nice, but like you never knew she was into you. Like, I'd love to know like the list of all them girls. And I'd go back, yo. Nah, I'm joking. Next question. What gives you the fuel? Great question. I'd say, like, honestly, I get more fuel from doubt and hate than anything. Like, that sounds so negative, but honestly, it's true. Like, when people just, like, I can feel that people don't believe in me, or I even get it with close friends, to be honest. Like, I can tell that they don't actually fully see the vision in what I'm doing, and I have to actually complete what I'm doing to show them, listen, that's what I was talking about. That's what I'm on. And then I'm like, oh, wow, that is amazing, actually. Yeah, I know. I was trying to show you. I was trying to tell you. A few years ago, I went on a date with a girl. I thought she was really attractive, but I picked her up in my smart car. I drove all the way to Reading to meet her, like from Essex, like an hour and a bit drive. Like, took her for dinner and stuff, and like I could tell she was like kind of like mocking or looking at my car, and like probably just looked at me as a person at the time. Like, I think I was working in scaffolding still, like just thinking, nah, this guy ain't on shit. Like, but I would love to see her perception of me. Maybe not now. I don't feel like I'm where I want to be yet, but like maybe in a couple years' time. Yeah, hopefully she's like jaw dropped and stunned at just like the place I've taken it, and like should have took me serious, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is honestly the biggest fuel you can get, is like knowing you're not where you want to be, or like people don't believe you're going to take it the place you're going to take it. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge one for me. What motivated you to start posting videos? I was a consumer of content, and I would always think I could do that. Like, I would always think I could do that better than you. I could do that better than you. Like, I would always think I can do this. Like, and then it just got to a day where I'd just been saying it to myself for time. And I kind of had to start doing something about it. Like, it could no longer be a thing of like, oh, I'm going to start doing it someday. Picked up my phone, started making TikToks. And then, yeah, after a few months, I was really seeing some progress. And the rest was history, bro. Like, all it took was me actually just starting, really, to be honest. Next question. Do you think raving/clubbing has been a big impact on your gym gains? If so, how much? That is a fucking sick question. Bro, I'm going to be dead real. Yes. It's crazy to think how big I got in my first few years of going gym. When I was beginner lifter, seeing them starter lifting gains, and the activities I was getting up to on the weekend of that time in life. I was literally going out all weekend, caning booze all weekend, going crazy with my friends every weekend till 7 in the morning, going mad. If I actually just took gym half as seriously as what I do now, back then, I think I could have been like a genetic anomaly, like an absolute freak. Like, yeah, 100%. I could have been an absolute freak, because like the gains that you can see at the start, you're only ever going to be able to see at the start, and I was taking that for granted. But unknowingly, I didn't really know that it was affecting my lifts that much, or like anything like that. And I was enjoying life. I don't regret it at all, like being so into the clubbing and the raving stuff, and I still am now, like on the occasion. I'm happy I'm not just like some absolute meat gym head. Where's my protein? Since I was like 19, bro. Like, I lived life. I was massively just interested in chasing girls and just having a good time, and just I've made countless memories and good times with my friends doing that type of shit. So I don't regret it, but yes, definitely I could have seen better gains. Next question. Any advice to the Fuel family on lifting for the first time? Do the exercises that you enjoy, because at the start it's not about hitting things perfectly. You're not going to see progression straight away. Like, whatever exercise you look at, you think that looks cool, and then you do it and it feels good on the muscle, and you've got a good muscle-mind connection with that exercise. Do all those exercises, bro. Yeah, when you're in the gym, speak to people, bro. Like, guys are willing to help you out. Like, it's almost a form of flattery. Like, if someone comes up to me and they're like, oh, bro, like, do you know, could you help me with this? Could you check my form? Or how many sets should I do with this? I'm flattered. Like, that's such a nice feeling, like knowing someone's coming to me for advice. And any guy that like judges you, or I don't actually think there's many out there that do try and mug you off when you're asking for help. And if you do, you're a piece of shit. But like, always ask questions, do what feels natural and get the food in. If you're starting gym, you're obviously trying to build muscle. I'm hoping that you're not on more of a fat trying to get skinny type flex and more of a skinny trying to get big type flex. And I'd just say eat as much as you can, hit your protein, and just lift, bro, and just see how much you enjoy it, bro. Like, it's not got to all be about results at the start. It's just about getting into it and finding a routine of what you like. Okay, what seasoning do you use on chicken? Bro, so simple. I literally just use harissa. Again, shout out Josh365 because he put me onto the harissa spice, which I get in Sainsbury's. I get that in Sainsbury's. Harissa and garlic and herbs seasoning as well. And then sometimes I whack a bit of everyday seasoning, the Jamaican seasoning on there. Onions and garlic in the pan, no matter what I'm cooking. Like I literally put onions and garlic in the pan with everything I cook just to give it a little extra bit of flavour. And they also said Bahama Breeze flavour Oxy Shred is the go. I haven't even tried that flavour. Yeah, I'm going to let you know my review on that flavour soon. And next question. This isn't actually a question, but the guy said, saw you at Appetite, bro. My guy. I probably saw you at Appetite as well. Appetite is the gaff. If you like raving, if you're into the whole house music thing, you got to go down to Appetite, man. I'm always there as well. Like, everyone always comes up to me at Appetite like, oh, yo, you're Mod Life. I've seen that you go this rave. Like, it's fucking sick. It's so sick. I love it, man. The fact that, like, you lot getting recognised out and about is the best feeling, like, because it shows what you're doing is paying off, sort of thing. Sick. Next question. How long have you been training for? I've been training since I was 19 properly, and I'm 27 years old now, so 8 years. Mad to think. And it was in summer when I started as well. I remember the day, which is crazy, like near on a decade. I think there's so many like lessons you can learn about life in the gym. Like, nothing worth getting comes easy. Like, that is just one of the biggest things that you learn in the gym, and it's gonna take pain and sacrifice to get there as well. Next question. What is it gonna take to get a restock on the camo tee? Bro, blow up the comments if you want me to drop one more. I'll do one more drop on the camo tee if you want. If I get if I get 20 comments about the green camo tee in the comments, I will drop it again. I'll drop it purely for you guys. There is no plans for that if I'm being real. I can't wait to just get my new clothing brand that's coming soon that I spoke about earlier in the video up and running. And then, yeah, then I can just fully focus on that and obviously give you guys cooler clothes, cooler materials, cooler everything. Like, the camo tees, they were sick, but it is more just like a merchandise type product. Like, there's not much gone into, you know, like it was more just me printing on tees, to be honest. That was my first taste of fashion and selling stuff for myself, so I'm gassed with that. Thank you for supporting since then though, that's cool. Next question. What would your advice be for someone struggling to keep to their cut diet? Right now, bro, I'm the only person I know that eats twice a day. Like, I eat 1,400, 1,500 calories twice a day. Like, that's how I prefer to do it. I fast in the morning, have one massive meal that sees me through to about 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then I eat a massive meal again. And that's probably not good for my digestive system, but it works. Like, it's what I feel full throughout the whole day. I don't feel like I have the need to snack. Whatever works for you, don't listen to everyone, because like, people out there are going to tell you, oh, you need 30 grams of protein per meal. Yeah, you need this, you need that. You don't. Like, literally just crack on with whatever you need to do to help you out. As well, I'd say like another massive one that I think people overlook is just keep the foods in there that you enjoy. If you enjoy a Squares bar, keep them in there. Find a way to put foods that you like into the calories and macros that you're on. As well, caffeine is huge for cutting. Pre-workout, coffee, Oxy Shred. Oxy Shred's one of the best ones because it's going to make you not feel hungry, and it's going to put you in a better mood because you're probably stingy just for feeling rubbish about being on low food. Do you believe in God? Yes. Now, that is not me discriminating against anyone that believes anything other than Christianity, or if you're not Catholic, if you're Muslim, if you're Hindi, I don't care what it is. I just think it's important to have faith. Whoever you are, whatever you believe in, I think you have to be someone that has faith. I think it speaks for you as a person massively as to where your mindset's at, what you believe is possible, and sort of just like your mind as a whole. Like, I think it's important to be a God-fearing person. I grew up more like Catholic beliefs. I went to a Catholic primary school. I was massively brought up off the Bible and just like had my Holy Communion and all that sort of stuff in school. My family was never never that religious though. Like my grandparents on both sides really were. Yeah, as I got older, probably in the last few years, I've really reignited my faith and like been trying to get into it more and more and strengthen my relationship with God. Have faith, regardless of what the religion is. How did you navigate leaving your past relationship with your ex? I know I've already spoke about this, but you have to lean on your friends. There are friends that you trust in having a good opinion, and the friends that you trust in their view on relationships. Ask them questions like, oh, should I do this? Or what do you think about this? Like, I'm really struggling with this. They're going to give you a straight up answer, and they're going to, as your friend and your genuine friend, they're going to give you an answer of what is best for you. Because when you're, in love with someone, or when you're dealing with a breakup, you're going to throw any excuse out there to reach back out to them, or to try and find a way to get them back into your life, just through comfort. And it's not always what's best, like everything happens for a reason. Like it can seem so down and so sad and so doom and gloom when someone that is a big part of your life leaves your life. What you need to remember is you've probably gone your separate ways for a good reason. Like there's probably good reasoning behind that. What's meant for them will find them, and what's meant for you will find you. So you kind of just, it's not easy at the start, but you have to just find a way to keep going, find a way to keep yourself busy. Honestly, like I'm the biggest believer in that time's the biggest healer. Like the more time that goes past, the easier it gets to deal with that sort of stuff. And at first, it can be really, really hard. But as time goes on, yeah, you'll probably think about it and get sad about it sometimes. You never know, you might even find someone new. No qualms with her. I don't think it's good to end relationships on like a really negative level or a toxic level. Like I'm amicable with my ex-girlfriend, like we're still cool and I wish her the best. But yeah, like she's done what's best for her. I have faith in that she made the right decision, like for what's good for her, and I wish her the best on everything that comes to her and everything in between, yeah. And same for myself, you just got to do what's best for you. Yeah, that's what I'd say on that one there. I'm giving you guys the scoop. Not a question, bro, but thanks for being positive and being someone to look up to. Bro, thank you so much. I just want to start this part of the video. I've been really struggling with just like how my content's been doing and all that sort of stuff recently. Getting these messages for you guys that like, even though my views are low and like, even though my content's not banging, and there's so many people that are in my life, their content's literally doing this, and I need to get my shit popping, I want this and that. But bro, it's all a process, man. Like you're gonna go through highs and lows with this whole thing, and with everything in life. Comments like that, like in this place that I'm in now, trying to refigure my angle, trying to refigure the best way to do things, it means so much, bro. Like thank you so much to anyone that one is inspired by this journey, one it takes anything away from my videos. And just, yeah, I appreciate you deeply, bro. Like, thank you. You guys motivate me the same way. Like, when I meet any of you guys in person and like, we get that in-person connection, it's like so sick. So, thank you, brother. Last question. Are Arsenal winning a trophy this season? Fucking too right we are, mate. Honestly, I feel like I have to say yes. But honestly, I've got PTSD from the last few seasons and just like how everything just ends up at the end of the season and we just walk away with nothing after a great season. So don't want to speak too soon, but hopefully, yeah, I hope we can win something this season. And in answer to the question, I'm going to say yes. I think Arsenal could win the Premier League this season. Let's see if it happens. I don't think Champions League. We're not quite there yet. Hopefully City get hit with a fat point deduction from that everything going on, and then I think we got good odds. That is all the questions done. Thank you so much for shooting the questions in. That's just a roundup of everything on what's been going on in life at the minute. Week 2 and 3 of the 75 hard rounded up. Use it as fuel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Nothing but love. Peace.